and gentlemen, young and old, everybody watching. What is good, y'all? Welcome to the podcast with Shizzo, episode 2020. Can you tell it's special? It's special. And of course, we are with the one and only Shizzo, but as you have noticed, I am the one in the driver's seat today because this is a very special day. It is our third anniversary, ladies and gentlemen. But you know, I be thinking, it's annual, it's big. The podcast with Shizzo and Cultural Stimulation Inc. My name is Flower Bomb. Welcome to it. Shizzo, how do you do?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
I'm great. I'm wondering how it feels to be in your seat today. How does that feel? It feels great up here.
Feels strange. I've actually never been in this seat before. But yeah, I'm willing to try.
Not ever? Not even once?
Ever.
This is fantastic. So this is a world of firsts, and now you understand why I was feeling like this is our first anniversary. It's 3 years, but like for me, it's our first year. You know what I'm saying? Like since I joined the crew, hey, like I'm like background staff. So we are here today to find out a little more about our leader in the usual world. What are you really like? You know what I'm saying? Like this is like interviewing your boss. Like, so boss, bro. How did you do that, bro? Like, how did you make that happen? So I've got a couple of questions. As you know, in case you remember from the last video, I'm actually a journalist on paper. I have one of those they call the bachelor things. I'm a degree holder. I'm actually not just out here making noise, you know, getting money for free. But I am, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a journalist, and she was like, yo, bro, why don't you just do your job and like, you know, make me feel special. This is like his birthday wish. Imagine, I feel so honored and crowned, and I really appreciate this opportunity to shine. My boss has given me. Thank you so much, sir. You're amazing.
Yeah, very welcome.
But yes, we want to know so much more about you.
Yeah, thank you.
Flower Bomb is your hype man for life. Trust me on this one. First of all, Shizzo, you look amazing. I'm loving the haircuts, the nakani.
Thanks, I try.
Yes,
I try.
yes.
I like your outfit too.
Thank you.
Coordinating with the lipstick, you know. CBB,
Yes,
aka
yes.
certified bad
Yes,
bad.
yes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
She
I
got
had
the
to pull out all the
nails.
stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Got them nails.
My nigga.
I see.
My nigga.
Them
I had
earrings.
to pull out all the stuffs. Because this is how special it is, and I'm just blinging. You know what I'm saying? Just for this event. Just for the podcast with Shizzo. So, let's get right into it. Are you ready for my, you know what? I just have a disclaimer. I have stated so much how special this event is. But I just wanted to say, my interview is average, okay? I'm writing on our personalities. I know you guys love us because we love you even more. So like, we know that you're enjoying this, like just seeing the banter and the nonsense that comes from it. And just have a good time with us. So just to start us off, all right, we need to get to know you, sir.
Yep.
What is your position at Cultural Stimulation Inc.?
Well, I'm the founder and the chief creative officer, if that's anything. Yeah. So basically, yeah, I founded this Cultural Stimulation Inc. How? It just came to me. I was doing some introspection, some self-reflection.
That's what we like. That's
you
what we
know,
like.
aligning the chakras.
Going in.
And I analyzed my life, and I just felt that there are things that I needed to improve upon. One of those sides being my cultural heritage, just the whole cultural thing. So I guess that's where the name kind of emanated from.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
I see I'm gonna need these questions. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I knew I needed a grounded system. When you set out on a task to get to know your boss, you're like, what do we ask him? And then when you start to hear the conversation, you're like, yeah, this is why God told me to write a list. Don't freestyle this, guys. Don't freestyle. Yeah. So cultural stimulation and where the name came about, right?
Yeah.
What motivated the start of the Cultural Stimulation Inc.? Did you think about the name before, or you came up with the movement and they named it?
Yeah, I came up with the movement first because actually the original idea was just for me to start a podcast. Because another reason actually why I started the podcast is to bring awareness to mental health. So
Like,
I'm not crazy, but
oh, here they go again. No, it's like real stuff.
So basically,
it's a real thing.
I think around the year 2014, I was going through some depression. I was depressed, and then I was very low. I was at one of my lowest points in life. But one of my best friends, Mayanga Ngulube, aka Hash, he had previously introduced me to what a podcast was. So I just used to stay in my room, depression, days on and stuff. So then I started listening to podcasts, particularly the Joe Budden podcast. So at least I would
Big shout out to Joe Budden.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we love Joe Budden here.
So like I would get a chuckle, a giggle at least in a week or something.
Yeah.
So it helped my spirit.
Yeah. It's like how I feel about the Breakfast Club. Woo! I love them guys. They get me going every weekend.
Yeah.
Like I wait for their full shows. Big shout out to the Breakfast Club crew. Like, yo man, you gotta have people that build you. So yeah.
So yeah, then I thought, oh, if I started a podcast, maybe there's somebody out there as well who's depressed, and maybe this can help them break that wall. So
that's amazing. That's amazing that you even think like that. You see, this is what I'm saying. I need structured questions to break down this man's brain. Like, guys, there's diamonds in there, guys. Yo, surround yourself.
I'm humbled. I'm humbled.
Ah man, you're a genius. That's amazing. Like not too many people pay attention to a cause like that in such a way that it can make such a big impact. So that's crazy. If that don't inspire you, I don't know what does. And that was like the first question. Okay, like one and a half, 1A. Okay, so speaking of how important the vision is that is behind Cultural Stimulation Inc. Why only 20 episodes in how
3
many?
years.
3 years.
Yeah, that's a very good
number.
question.
I want to hear this.
Well, the reason for that is that I'm independent, in case you don't know. So basically, independent means I have no investors, I have no business partners, I fund everything myself. So I'm kind of in that middle range of, yes, you have your so-called papers, bachelors, whatever, but you haven't yet come around to employment. And I'm one of those people who's determined in making my living off something other than the 9 to 5. I'm a dream chaser, that type of guy. So with that in mind, everything is funded by me. So everybody, the team, that's here, BC, who's handling the camera stuff, Cal, who's handling the audio and stuff, Flower Bomb, it's a whole team, So it's hard, it's difficult, it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah,
so,
very often, right?
Yeah. So having that in mind that I'm unemployed on paper or 9 to 5,
basically.
I feel I've done pretty well for myself because I believe
I hope there's applause ringing in the background because
I just believe that
deserves.
as long as I don't quit,
it ain't easy.
I'll be successful.
Don't just look at us like, don't just look at the guy like,
So, if we're being completely transparent, the 3rd anniversary for Cultural Stimulation and the podcast with Shizzo is actually on the 24th of February. So the reality of it is that we were supposed to do this episode then, but because of the same things that I'm telling you, I had to save money to make this happen now. So at least it's happened. So you see where I'm coming from. So yeah, that's the truth of the matter. That's the reason why.
That's what it is.
I only have that number of episodes.
Which is why I needed to dress up like this. You know what I'm telling you? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. When last did you see such a deep color on television in HD? This is what the internet was made for, guys.
Yeah.
This is what it was made for. Ish. So, okay. Speaking of, it's cultural stimulation, right?
Yep.
We derive
Incorporated.
Incorporated.
Yep.
Ding. This is why we say ink. It's hard to be smart on camera. Yo. But, okay. I happen to know, let's divert a little bit. I happen to know that, speaking of culture, your vernac isn't spectacular, but it's adequate. Would you say so?
Yeah.
Or am I wrong?
No, you are correct.
I'm correct, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what's your take on the level of vernac spoken by our generation? There's a lot of people that like just speak vernac, and then there's another 50% that's like, we're mediocre, but we're okay. Then there's people like you who are like good, and then it just goes down from here. There's like there, and then going down from here.
Well, I don't think somebody's vernacular should be the sole determinant of a person's character.
No,
or
but
a
what do you
person's
think about
culture.
it?
Yeah, I'm going there.
Okay,
Yeah,
loading.
yeah.
Loading.
So, like for instance, other people would say, as you said, my vernacular isn't that good, and let's not call it vernacular. Let's just call it what it is. My Bemba or Nyanja or whatever. Because I think going by the dictionary definition, vernacular is like something made up, not something official. So if we're calling our languages made up,
that's not even a fun fact. That's a fact right there.
So anyway,
that's a fact
what
fact.
I think,
okay, smell the coffee. Mm-hmm.
I think it's all about the roots. It doesn't matter what your accent, your vernacular, whatever is, but where's your origin rooted is my thing. So for me, whether I'm speaking like this, my Bemba isn't that good. The fact of the matter is my name is Chanda Sampa, and Chanda Sampa is a Bemba name. Therefore, I'm rooted in my culture regardless of how I speak.
End of story. Underline that if you have a red marker, just all over the screen. That's like bottom line. You see the reason for these questions.
I hope I answered
you have,
the question.
and you've done fantastic.
Well.
The reason for these questions, and I want to make it clear to anybody watching, because this is a learning experience for me. Because he's always just dropping facts like that that make you change your thinking, just in the conversation. And I want people to know that about him. He said, "Okay, I'm giving out." By the way, this is a secret. I'm giving out my boss's secret. He said, "Okay, when you put together this interview, I don't want to know the questions, but just let it be about letting people get to know me."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how am I gonna do that? Like, how am I gonna make this conversation something that people can see and experience? So have that in the back of your mind. This is why I gave that disclaimer in the front, and this is why things are as they are. So let's go together, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me find my bearings. Where was I? Where was I? Big shout out to Cardi B. I'm a big fan. She's gonna see this. She's gonna see. So, all right. Speaking about roots, all right. I went all all corporate roots. Okay, like what is a village? What is a rural area? High density, shiny. When they say that, where do they mean? You know what I'm saying? Because like that's the corporate world that I live in every day, guys. I am like a marketing executive on the side. So if you want to sell your business, come talk to me. Come talk to me. We'll make it big on radio. Just like, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's the English that I use in life. Because like, I'm that boring girl now who deals with the numbers and wears dark blue. That's the fun me. Okay, so I got all that English in here.
Yep.
Okay, so if you were given the chance to visit a village, all right, because whether we like it or not, or whatever we did, describe it as roots are roots, all right, and origins of roots are a core place, like an HQ, headquarters. So if you're given the chance to visit a village, which one would you visit, and why?
I would obviously, my first choice, my personal choice, is I would go to Malole. Malole so happens to be where my dad is from, which technically makes me where I'm from. And actually, I wouldn't even like to visit because I've been there. I think.
See, that's what's up.
Times. Yo, Mr. Kav, he will show some pictures here. He'll show some pictures of me in the village. I'm very. I come from a family.
If you haven't gone, just know your boss has gone. So whatever your boss tells you to do, you must do. Until you reach the village, you must do exactly what it tells you to do. If you haven't touched your roots, this is your encouragement right now.
No, but maybe for me to give a little bit more context.
Please, you're always welcome.
The reason why I feel that it's important that people should go to the villages, like even for me, I didn't understand why. I hated it when I was young because, you know, people who were born in the 90s grew up westernized with TV, so they were made to think the village is a bad place. So coming to think of it, when I went the first time, I was crying because I think I must have been 3 or 4. Yeah. So then I hated it and everything. But later on when I grew, I came to understand that I had to know that place so that I should know where I'm from. when you know where you're from, it will be easier for you to determine where you're going. So therefore, both my parents are from the village, but I feel I turned out pretty well. So I don't think it's a part of myself that I should neglect. I feel it's a part that I should embrace. So the village I would like to go to is Malole in Kasama, but if anybody out there hasn't been to the village, you should go.
Please do. And that's we're promoting all peace, unity, what? Roots, healing, everything we're promoting here.
Shout out to Grandma.
Hey!
Grandma.
Big shout out. Alright, so having done all that deep digging, I need to come all the way back up, you know, to get some air. And on the lighter side, or the more other side cultural of Shizzo, we need to find out from a little segment I call Typically Black.
Ooh,
Are you excited already?
I am.
Nah man, it's basic, it's basic. So, in Typically Black, you need to explain whether or not you agree that the following list of things is associated with or should be associated with black people.
I like this. I like the sound of this.
I did the creative thing, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so, you ready for Typically Black?
Let's go.
Number 1, love of chicken.
No, it shouldn't be associated with any human for that matter. Because I'm a vegetarian, so I don't vouch for eating animals or anything that bleeds.
End of story.
But no, just to answer your question,
Uh-huh.
the reason why I don't think people should be eating chicken, and you don't have to take my word for it, is look at how a chicken is grown or where it comes from. These chickens that we eat in Hungry Lion or these fast food places, right, is genetically modified. So what that means is that there are chemicals that are injected in these chickens, or as in Zambia, it would say they are given starter, grower, and finisher. That's what they eat. So you might as well just go and eat starter, grower, and finisher because that's what the chickens have been eating. But if you were to eat chicken, I would advise that you eat the village chicken because the village chicken looks for its own food.
Go and eat
You see?
starter, grower, and finisher.
You might as well.
That is a finisher right there. It really makes right there with that, like, yo, that's funny.
Yeah.
That is, but it's true. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna eat, you know, starter, grower, and finisher, but in the chicken form, I think it's a little bit tastier. That's probably the point.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had to give the cultural stimulated answer.
this is, now you're getting the picture. Now you're getting the picture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Love of grape flavored drinks.
Yeah, that's
You
associated.
cannot be
with
serious.
I
You
agree.
know what? I actually thought he was going to switch the two answers. You cannot be serious.
No, because
This
I'm
is
sure people will have noticed that a lot of youth these days walk around with like grape Fanta, Mirinda.
Because they taste good, but like, you know.
So yeah, in that regard, I've seen more black people indulging in grape juice than
We like the finer things in life. You know that purple was associated with royalty.
royalty. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So like, you know, for us it's just that
Nah,
sizzle on
I
the
see
mizzle.
the
You know
angle.
what I'm saying?
I see that angle.
Okay?
Yep.
Rhythm and blues, R&B.
100%. There's nothing to
100%.
debate about. It's associated with, it should be, yeah, not only that, but rock and roll as well, and hip hop. Or
Oh my
if you want me
gosh.
to take it there, all music is associated with black people.
We are the basis.
We are the creative entity of the planet Earth.
Fantabulous. That word should be a thing and I just created it. So you're welcome. You know, double whammy.
Fantabulous.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some things are just that awesome. The ability to dance.
Wow, this one's a difficult one. 'Cause
Typically black.
I can't dance. No, but I used to get down.
Oh my days.
'Cause-
And then what happened?
But that was okay. Just to give a background or context, I've been in love with the art since I was a kid. So I guess where it started was when I was in my mother's womb, I
Right.
suppose.
Right?
But yeah, when I
Got
was
started.
in grade 1, 6 years old, I was in a play I was in plays, several plays. I'm sure the photos will come up somewhere. But yeah, I used to get down, and that was the twist dance. So, but as I grew older, I lost
A
touch.
dance that has a name makes my day.
But yeah, you would say it's typically black to dance because twerking, I would say, is black. The daggy is black. Which other? The nene is black.
You know what I'm
the
saying?
pop
We
lock
just
and drop
be
it,
out.
the
Wow,
Harlem
those are
shake.
dances. Those are dances like if you was in high school during that time, you had a fun time. You had a fun time. We
So
had a
definitely,
great time.
dancing is typically black. Yeah.
Typically black. Continuing. Take a breath. Okay, we ready.
Mm-hmm.
We just did ability to dance. Now, fear of water.
Oh, fear of water.
I knew I was gonna laugh. I knew
Um,
I was gonna laugh.
yeah, but that's a stereotype which I don't want to
You don't want to
encourage.
solidify.
Yeah, I don't want to
But it's
encourage,
true.
But yeah, I've heard.
You know what? I always laugh about stereotypes that are true because you find out in life it's most of them.
But
most
wait,
of them, you know
but
what I'm
wait.
saying?
Let me throw a spanner in the works. It depends where you look, cause
That's for
correct
what?
me
Stereotypes being true or this
about
particular one?
about
Black people being
yeah,
scared of water.
Yeah. So here's an angle. This is where we culturally stimulated. I'm assuming your example is coming from town and swimming. Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I learned how to swim, but like there's people in the village that learn how to swim. My dad is an example.
Mhm.
My dad was a villager. Love that man.
Yeah.
And he's always talking about how, you know, they would go on these escapades. Every time something happens, he's like, the time me and my brothers did this and this and this and you die. And he's like, yeah, bro, I don't know how he's still alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, they learn how to swim as well. So what is it fear of water? Is it real? Is it just here? Is it just there?
I think
What
it's
do you
just it's just a stereotype that should be discouraged because if blacks or black people are afraid of water.
But you just said.
Wait.
Okay.
If they're afraid of water, how is it that they go to the river every day to get water to bath? Or
It's different
blah,
getting
blah,
some
blah.
and allowing yourself to go and be taken by it. That's what swimming is. If you're swimming in the sea or in the river, your feet and legs are in the air while you let it take you for that second, and then you put your feet down. It could take you anywhere, but you trust it and you enjoy it. That is the white people kind of. There's a difference between drawing water to go and cook and bath and clean the house and going to do that in the water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so, fear of water, is it there?
Okay, typically black, yes.
It is typically.
Yeah, I agree on this
That
one.
nullifies your whole. That nullifies the whole explanation. But you know what I'm saying? It's Shizzo, and we're gonna let that go because last time, in case you didn't notice, he let me go on one question. Do you remember which one it was?
One gotta go. Spirituality and Christianity.
Was it spirituality? No, I answered that one.
Oh, Drake
I
and
answered that
Jacob.
one. Go back and check what I said on that one. I answered that one. No, that's not difficult.
No, as in, I should have given you a tougher time.
No. You let me skip one.
It was
By the
Jacob and
graces
Drake.
that who?
Jacob and Drake.
It was.
And that's,
Do I answer right now? It's your day, but you said you superstar, Mina.
well, yeah, go ahead. You have to pick one. One can
I'll
go.
save it up until the
Jacob
end.
or
So
Drake.
keep watching. This is me exercising my marketing skills.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a baddie at it.
Certified.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. You need to insert the clip right here. So we ended on fear of water, ability to run fast. Da-dum. Da-dum.
Yeah, typically black.
I ain't black, y'all.
And
I ain't black.
um,
I just heard today, I ain't black, guys. I cannot run.
no, because
Yo,
there are different types of running. So let me give you an
see, there are
example.
pretty girls who can run, huh? Like
Uh-huh.
let's see what the chef.
No.
I just bath, guys.
It's different when there's fear involved. Has a dog ever
That's
chased you or
messed
something? Or you're running away from...
That is messed up because I've had that kind of fear in my heart before.
Yeah, that
Way
will
back
make you
in the
run
day, I'm saved, I'm born again, I've been born again for a long time, hallelujah. Those are my friends, they're my friends, we don't fight each other no more. But like, yo, I've had that fear in my heart before. That's the fear of God, guys.
That's the one that
fear of
makes
God.
you run. So I would say, yeah, but you can also look at the
I can just see the spear
Olympians
in my hand, right?
running away from danger.
Oh my days.
Yeah, so yeah, I would agree. But even the case of the
I feel you. That's why we're the people who always win those long distance
marathon.
I actually did better in long distance in high school than I did in my dashes.
Really?
So I think I understand that. I'm just on a different level. I'm not like the dash and dart baby now.
Shout out to Nipsey, by the way. The marathon continues.
Oh man, you know. So our last installment on Typically Black is athleticism. It's kind of tied to the ability to run fast, but you know, you've given a great example as to why this is a whole other category. Athleticism.
I'm going to reiterate my previous answer. Have you ever run away from the cops before? Or have you ever been in a situation?
Ooh, I don't even want to remember it.
What happened?
Guys, certified, hey, I actually should have said recovered. Bad. Ooh.
What mischievous activity?
I don't even want to remember it, but you know, it's one of those things that like, I nearly died, and you pack it in the back of your mind because you're like, we actually nearly died, you know what I'm saying? I'm out here in university, my parents are paying for me to study, and I'm out here nearly dying. I better get my act together. So yeah, it's one of those things. But athleticism, it's in our genes.
Yes.
I'm fine with that. I could have gone to the Olympics if I wanted to, just because of that fact. So moving back, okay, that was on the lighter side of things. Now we take a turn back into who you are, like the things that you stand for. I say that because we want to talk about friends and family. Okay? No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's like the lighter side, like the side with butterflies. What is friendship to you?
To me, somebody who I consider as a friend is a person who values what I value the most in myself. So, if, for instance, your integrity in journalism is what you value the most, if I'm your friend, I also have to value your journalistic integrity, if that makes sense. So that's why I consider a
So
friend.
how do you get to know that in a person?
You can just tell by the way they act. Like, okay,
because that then leads to friendship.
Obviously.
Values the thing you value the most in yourself.
Yeah.
Alright, so how do you get to know that about a person? Because that then leads to friendship.
Yeah. You hang out with people, and when you get to know them, you're going to find out what they stand for, either consciously or subconsciously. So for me, if our core values don't align, we can't be friends. Because for me, that's the foundation and the basis of how I establish my friendships. So like for instance, as I said, with the inception of this podcast, I have two friends, Mayanga Ngulube, guys, I have to use your government name, and Mohammed.
Big shout out to our friends.
Yeah.
Big shout out to our friends.
Mayanga and Mo. So basically, after they knew about my depression and everything, and I told them as a way for me to combat this, I've thought of this cultural stimulation thing, I want to start a podcast. I just told them that. Then Mohammed was with a girl by then, Marina. So the logo you're seeing was actually made by Marina Kavan from Kazakhstan.
Fire.
Yeah.
Complete fire.
Marina made the logo. Mo opened all the pages, iTunes, Facebook, blah 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 blah, and Mayanga paid for the subscription fee. They did this without telling me. Then he just sent me an email
friends, guys.
Like, bro, okay, here's the password, here's the iTunes, here's blah 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 blah. And Muhammad even uploaded all the episodes for the first year till I took it upon myself. So you see, to me I consider those friends because they're helping, our core values align.
Yeah.
I help them achieve their dreams in whatever way I can, and they reciprocate that.
That is crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Further down the line, sorry, just to add, when I started off, the studio time was expensive and I couldn't cope with the first studio I was recording at. And then I have a friend as well who was also actually, I've known him for almost 20 years, probably more. Teo was the first guest along with Michael on the first episode. So then Teo does his music thing. I'm sure you know him by now. So he just said, yo, Shizzo, come through. You can do your podcast with me for free. And then I was like, nah, this is business, I can't do it for free. So he can just be like, okay, just for the sake of it, just like, okay, give me 200 for like 4 episodes, just because I didn't want it to be free. Yeah. So you see, there are a lot of people who helped me get to this place where my dad, obviously.
Big shout out to everyone, man.
Yeah.
Because this is very important for us. So, hey, man, we just want you to know that we appreciate all the efforts and all the people involved, all the people a part of this big dream. You are, listener. I am, hey, man, we're just honored. We just appreciate this. So, it's amazing. We appreciate the effort put into it. Of course.
Because, should I tell them about that thing we talked about in confidence? No, it's nothing bad. About the whole, or maybe I think...
See, I have a lot of business conversations with this man, so I'm thinking, which receipts is he trying to pull out?
Let me give you a hint. Maybe if you say it, it will even make me look better. If you say, what I was talking about, the foundation of cultural stimulation, what do I want it to be rooted in?
Oh, please, take it away.
Yeah,
I think it's very profound.
I just feel that, okay, since I've reached this stage, it's been 3 years of the podcast. Obviously, the output is not as much as people would expect and not as much as I intended, but here we are. So I'm now getting to the stage of trying to build a team, meeting people whose values, core values align with mine, like Flower Bomb. But another big thing for me is that I just think that it's very important for us as Africans to incorporate women and to make them the foundation of everything that we do. The reason why I say that is because for me as a Bemba person, the mom or the woman is sort of like the pillar in the household. Yes, the father is but the woman is the one who builds the home. So I just feel that even for cultural stimulation, I want the team to be rooted in women, because I feel they bring, look, when I was talking to guys and when I'm talking to Flower Bomb, I'm sure you feel the energy, the feminine and the masculine, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt that as soon as I'm just about to say something as lit as the show is.
Yeah.
I was about to say the same thing when you sat down and I sat down and I was like, oh, that's kind of like yin yang. That's like a lighter side.
See what I'm saying?
It's like a dark and, deeper side. I like this. I like this dynamic that is totally out of this world. Just like almost everything that Shizzo is up to. Cultural Stimulation Inc. is crazy. Like all the plans that he has, I cannot wait for you to drop them one by one, and just know that we're ready. Just know that we're ready. So, okay, after that, I want to ask you.
Yep.
If a gang was to approach you to be a part of them, okay, having the values that you have and the views that you have, if a gang was to approach you to be a part of them, what would your answer be? If it was like a cool thing, a cool street thing, but depending on whether or not the cool thing is to work, be in corporate employment, and you're kind of an entrepreneur type of person, what would you say?
With my current mindset, I would politely decline. The reason being...
Politely is the cue. Politely is the cue.
Yeah, because you don't want to ruffle any feathers. It will cause animosity.
You know what I'm saying?
And the reason why I say that is because I think before I started cultural stimulation, I was a follower. We've all been followers, where you're in a group and the leader decides that you should do something and you know that something is wrong or it won't work out, but you just don't have the voice to speak up. You know that phase. I was in that phase a lot. And another thing is that I've been in groups. I was in a rap group when I was in high school. Yeah, so I'd rather create my own gang than join one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a respectful enough reason. Okay, the hood don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I needed to make sure the good views.
If there was a certified bad gang and they approached you, what would your response be?
Darling, we are a gang. let us move on to the next question. This is all about you, boss.
Mm-hmm.
This is all about you. We had mine. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get mine too.
All
Yeah,
my-
so basically, I just want to give a shout out to everybody who's ever been a guest on the show, specifically the ladies. 'Cause,
Yes.
you know, we're building a foundation from their roots. So shout out to Chama, Tia, Gladys, Tiza, Vikacha, and yours truly, Flower Bomb, all the ladies that have been guests. So yeah,
We love it.
thank
We
you,
love to see
thank
it.
you. Oh, shout out to Mizinga as well. Mizinga out in Toronto.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Yay,
six.
yay. You know how we do.
Yeah.
Okay? All the shout outs and all the love that has got to be given has been administered, alright? So now we're winding it down, okay? We can't give all the tea in one episode, you know. You gotta keep coming back. I keep talking about coming back, you know what I'm
Jeez.
saying? This is where it is. This is where it's at. So keep it right here. But, okay, we're now closing up. Don't forget, people who like to stay at home, don't forget, watch the podcast with Shizzo. We've got fire stuff and binge watch. Like, this is bingeable stuff. It's 20 and 3 years, but it's bingeable. You know what I'm saying? You can live on it until the next time. Exactly. Okay, so whole season is upon us. And with it ends the first quarter of the year. Let us know what you want your year to be about. But speaking of years being about, it's 2021. What could we expect? What's ahead for Cultural Stimulation Inc., the podcast with Shizzo? Tell us where your mind is at.
Obviously, I can't give my full plan, but what I'm able to divulge is that cultural stimulation actually has 3 facets. So there's the media and promotion, which houses the shows that we have out right now, like the podcast with Shizzo and Artist Spotlight. Then there's also the clothing, art, and lifestyle facet of cultural stimulation. And with that, that's where you have the merch, the capes, hats, however you pronounce them. I'm
Those things
Bemba.
that go on here.
So judge me on my Bemba, not my
On
English.
your
Damn it. So
Disclaimer.
we have the capes. You can look on all our pages. I'm sure it will appear somewhere below your screen where you can buy them. And I think I'll make this announcement right here. We're also doing bags now, backpacks. So you can also look out for that. So with the clothing, art, and lifestyle in the pipeline. No, what's already done is that we have the capes for sale and the bags for sale. But right around the corner, we also have paintings. So basically, we work with.
We're out here. By the way, big shout out, April. The first, I think the Sunday was International Day for Monuments and Sites, which used to be World Heritage Day.
Yeah.
So commemorating the fact that, you know, there needs to be more. There are quite a number of, you know, museums and sites that we can go to see a little bit more of our physical background and where we come from, but it doesn't hurt to always put more somewhere that you can drive to over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to that and everything that cultural stimulation is.
Yeah.
All right, and let's talk more about what we have going on. Okay.
Yeah. So that's that. Paintings, customized paintings, already painted. You buy. That's in the pipeline. Then I can't really talk about the other stuff because I'm not a talker.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
you
cool.
see it when it's done.
We got that. So I'm satisfied. I know that there's so much left to be unpacked, but we at least got to get a glimpse of the person behind and in front of and within and around everything that we love and know about the podcast with Shizzo and Cultural Stimulation Inc. We got to get to know him just a little bit better. I'm very glad to say this on behalf of everybody. Happy 3rd anniversary.
Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody who's ever supported me. The people who are watching this right now who took the busy time out of their schedule to click on this video.
You the MVP.
If whatever I said, if you rock with Flower Bomb, if you rock with Shizzo, if this resonates with your spirit, please subscribe, buy our merch. So basically another disclaimer that I should just put out is from the business or the entrepreneur side of things.
Come on now.
So basically, my business model, loosely put, is based on 3 individuals. So I took the teachings of Damon Dash, the co-founder of Rockefeller, Ryan Leslie, the founder of Superform,
Mastermind.
and I also took what did I say? Oh, Dame Dash, Ryan Leslie, and of course Nipsey Hussle. So what these three gentlemen have in common is that their business model is predicated on the direct-to-consumer aspect, which is why my phone number is up on all the social media platforms on your screen right now, so that you can get to interact directly with me. We don't deal in the middleman. So if everything I've said or if everything we're doing resonates with you, you can buy that merch and support us. Hopefully the podcast will come more frequent and quicker.
I'll be rocking my Cultural Stimulation Inc. cap very soon on Instagram. Let's watch out for that one.
Yeah, so if the merch picks up, I'm going to basically use that money to fund the filming of the podcast, and that's how the magic is done. So support us if you may, and thanks to everybody watching. Shout out to my dad.
Yes.
Shout out to my sister. Shout out to my brothers, my nieces and nephews.
Big shout outs.
Shout out to Mohammed Nouri. I have to say your full name, bro. Shout out to Mayanga Ngulube. Shout out to Moses Mpundu. I'm sorry if I've left anyone.
But you're there. You're there. All you have to do is put it down in the comments. Alright, we need y'all to comment too.
Yeah. Flower Bomb.
And share it. Big shout out to you, sir, for this opportunity. Like I said earlier on, it's been amazing. It's your girl Flower Bomb, and if you love me with Shizzo, just thank him and be like, thank you so much for introducing Flower Bomb to us. Otherwise, you can catch me every weekday on YAR 89.7 FM. It's your anthem radio, so it's abbreviated YAR. Okay, 89.7 is where you find me from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And on the weekend, I'm shaking my booty somewhere on TV. That's for you to find. It's been amazing. Thanks so much to the team. Okay, big shout outs to everybody watching. And big shout outs to Shizzo once again. Until next time, keep it right here.
Peace.